Hello, my GC co-creators. Lilu here from Maui in Hawaii with Paul. Hey.
Hi, Lilu. Hi.
It's good to be in front of the camera with you because we spent a little bit of time while I was on Maui here together because I guess our energy was aligned, our frequency was in the same alignment. Our path is crossed. So I'm very grateful for Mirabai.
And I'm very grateful for Mirabai too. Yeah.
You're surrounded by the beautiful plants.
By beautiful plants.
Well, this is very exciting. Tell us about your path, because I know that right now you're making this amazing movie called Living in the Light, or
Living in Light, and it's about enlightenment. And I met Carl Rosicki about 8 months ago now, and immediately we became friends, and he always wanted to do a movie like this. And within a week we knew we were shooting the movie, and we just started setting it up from there, and it just never stopped. It was just fantastic.
So you were already on the spiritual path before making such a movie on enlightenment, which is pretty much
all my life. I've always been on a spiritual path, and very challenging life. And
in which ways? How were you challenged?
Well, with family, with growing up, with changing from what I knew I didn't want to be. You know, an aggressive business person, and not, you know, being where I was not in the groove. And I always looked for my groove, and it took a long time to do it. And I first started with a good guy wannabe. I just kept on saying to myself, I'm a good guy wannabe. And finally that passed, and I just moved from one thing to the next thing. And one very useful tool was volunteering for hospice, and it just never stopped. It was always a progression.
So what did you found in hospice that was this turning point for what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that was a tremendous turning point. I just fit in. It just fit like a glove. I lost my brother when I was young, and we didn't properly mourn. We didn't know what to do as a family. And with hospice, I knew what to do by that time. And I just helped hundreds and hundreds of people. It was over 12, 13 years that I, was direct volunteer. And
how were you helping them?
Any way I could. Putting an air conditioner in a room, to picking up relatives at the airport, to supporting the family unit, getting together and having that precious time to heal past wounds, to go back to the love that they once knew. And with the families, there was quite a few families that needed at least a son or somebody, or maybe even the whole family, needed healing. Yes. And it was marvelous. It was something fantastic for the person that was passing, and it was fantastic for the family.
What's really beautiful about that, I feel, is that you went with kind of this flow, and you experienced whatever you felt was needed to be experienced in your life. And out of that, because you're intuitive, you work on deep level now with people and their journey. Correct. So was it at that time that you started maybe discovering that gift that you had, or start developing that muscle, if it's such thing as a intuitive muscle?
Opening. I just, every step of the way, I open back up to my true self, who we really are. And today it's another step, and I've been doing that all my life. And as a kid, I knew where I came from, the past lives and what have you, or some of them, and I knew that I wanted to get back there, but I didn't have the support like we do now, like the Wayne Dyers and the Debucks and all these wonderful teachers and evolved people that help us out. So I'm very grateful now to be around so many of them.
Yeah, and to be yourself, and to have found that place within yourself. I hear there's a lot of just love now. That was that the thing you were seeking?
Yeah. Yeah, I just love, I just love being in my groove. Yeah, it just feels like home. Yeah.
So what happened in that session? Because we did a session together, and I don't know what happened, but I sure was on a journey. I know you stopped for a while, and now you're starting back again. You feel that calling. Tell us about what you did then, and why you stopped, and what's happening now, and how it evolved.
I call it trance therapy. I'm a hypnotherapist and a Reiki master and a number of different things, but there's so many people that are just so ready to go there and to reconnect and to leave some baggage on the roadside. There's people that are really evolving, but they have this baggage, this negative energy attached to them, and that's what I'm finding in my work right now, is that I can help people set it down. Just set it down and move on, and they can just blossom from there. There's so many people right now that are just growing so fast, spiritually and what have you. And a good part of that now with these people is they just have these attachments still to them. They just need to drop their negative attachments, and then they can just really flow. Yeah.
What are some of the biggest attachments you're finding that we have as human beings as you're working with people? Is there some that are really in common?
Well, for years and years and years, I say that people just knocked on my door and they didn't even know who I was and what have you. And I worked on people that had a lot of abuse in their life and in their childhood and maybe in their past lives. And they would come to me for comfort. And that's what I gave them, is a lot of comfort. And I showed them that they could get back to the love. And then they could go out and love somebody else, and because they could love themselves. And yeah.
So the fears that you think so that's a lot of people are afraid of love. Is that what you find?
Well,
we're opening the heart, of re-loving again, of reconnecting deeply with other human beings.
Yeah, the reconnection to love is something that we lose touch of because we have hardships, not just in this lifetime, but in previous lifetimes, and they just add up, and that's why so many people are fearful of really loving. I know that's why I was, and I see that in a lot of people that I meet and I work with and that are friends and what have you.
I love your tagline in your email, love is everything and love is everywhere, or something like that.
Love everyone and love everything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's really, I started putting that on the bottom of my emails maybe 6 months ago or so. And because it was kind of a lesson for me to remind me that, wow, that's really an achievement, to just love everything and everyone.
Even though if it doesn't look like it from the outside, huh? Especially, boy, this is the lesson I'm learning.
Fake it until you make it, And
is it really faking though?
No, but you can, our minds, we can tell our minds what to, how we can form our minds and our consciousness to think in a positive way. We can do it. I mean, it's been done millions of times by millions of people, and we can change our negative behaviors, our negative thoughts, to positive thoughts and positive behaviors. Yeah, definitely.
So you're saying we can start reshifting by reminding ourselves we can really start re-experiencing this love, even though at the beginning it's quite not forceful, but we're a little bit Afraid. Yeah, fear is the underlying, root of all negative attachments. Because if we're not fearful of it, we can just basically tell it to go away. But if we don't know that we need to tell it to just go away, don't come around me,
that it has to listen to you. If you're strong, you can just say to these negative attachments or these energies or what have you, you can just say, go away, you are not welcome in my space. And they'll just...
Tell us what you feel now you've interviewed all those teachers. What is enlightenment for you? Everybody has a different definition of enlightenment or an experience that is different.
And there's so many different teachers, with different philosophies or whatever. But enlightenment to me is just getting back to our true self. Just letting go. The old saying, let go, let God. The messages have been here for thousands of years. But just let go of the negative attachments. Let's just let go and let be. Yeah, and that's the best way to do it, is to just let go and just be your true self. And, a lot of messages are coming in now that do what you love the most. That's what a lot of people are saying, and it really is true, is when you're really doing what you love, whether you're shooting movies or interviewing people or me working with people or being with my kids, you just get so connected.
And that connection is life-giving.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And that's juicy.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. If there is something else that you would like to share or say, or that is in your heart right now that you feel is important?
Well, right now, in thinking about shooting this today, what's really been in my heart all day is that my growth from when I was a kid and going through all that I did, and with all the people that have helped, whether it's been writing my books or the films or all my different things that I do. It's just, let people help you and don't give up. Yeah, that's my message.
Hear that, my beautiful co-creators? We send you much love from Hawaii.
Yes, we do. Lots of love.
Aloha.
Aloha.